We need to tell a little bit of a story. There's one thing about this community that I guess all of the U.S. could really learn from. I've never seen spirit and energy and enthusiasm from a city and the residents that it's unheard of. So you actually need to give yourselves a round of applause. When that F5 tornado hit, we studied the U.S., and I actually personally came down to visit it here in Joplin. And I met the Rebuild Joplin team, people that are just really good human beings. And they started telling me stories about what this city had gone through, all the tragedy that struck us right here. I was so awestruck by it that I literally kind of came back and I talked to the CEO and I said, I think Joplin is the city that we need to go back and re-embrace. Because one of the things that you folks told us was that you're not fully recovered. Some 2 years later, we still have families that are not back in their homes.
Working for the Client Services Department requires a couple of things. It requires a sensitivity and an ability to relate to the individual. We're assisting individuals that have a high financial need and are in the most dire situations. That reality for a client makes it hard to trust people, I think. So in the Client Services Department, we end up spending a lot of time building that rapport, showing the genuineness of our intentions and our communication, and in some small way trying to instill the possibility for viewing that as something that's so dark and hurtful can have maybe not a happy ending, but an ending that positions you to have a somewhat more normal life. We are providing homes to individuals that lost them because of the tornado, but there are the memories, the dings in the wall from moving in, lines in the kitchen from the kids growing up, and there are those things that we can't replace. I think that in that moment, when what was damaged because of the tornado has been repaired and the dust has settled for a minute and the noise disappears, I think for a lot of clients it's the first time when they really start to process. And I think it is terrifying and comforting at the same point. There's a level of happiness that every client feels when they're going through a housewarming or when the job is done. There is a sigh of relief you see on their face. They're ecstatic, they're energized, and show a part of themselves that I hadn't seen before.
So the reality is we're here documenting what we're going to call a disaster recovery playbook, and we will actually provide that playbook to other cities that will actually have to deal with tragedies like you dealt with. So it's our way of making sure that this information gets paid forward and making sure that other communities don't have to deal with what you are. But we've gone to school on you and your recovery efforts, and for that, we appreciate you.